Hello, everyone. Meteorologist Hutch Johnson joining you live one a day. We have big time changes in store. Do you know it's snowing right now? I'll have details on that. Some rain heading our way as well. It's gusty out there and these winds whipping that fire danger as we continue to have dry vegetation, dry air, and fire danger. Your forecast begins right now.
Now, a Hutch's weather update with Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson, brought to you by Robert Gibb and Sons.
All right, as is always the case, please drop me a note. Let me know where you're watching from. Are you ready for snow? Well, if you're driving south of Billings, Montana, things are a little wild. Check out the radar right now. Now, as we go into the 4 o'clock hour here, we have showers right along that oil patch, heading into places like Culbertson, Montana, Plentywood, Montana, and heading towards Crosby and Williston at this hour. As we take you in just a little bit closer, you'll see that those showers actually a little heavier where we see the dark green shades just south of Plentywood, and actually some heavier showers up north into parts of Saskatchewan as we see that along the border there with Manitoba. This goes all the way down to Circle, Montana. Here's Billings. Those showers are exiting there, but in the elevated terrain, oh my goodness, outside of Sheridan. Do you see this? That's the radar showing snow. Let me show you what the DOT picture shows here. Oh no! Check this out. Oh, that is snow. This is I-90 just at the border there, south of Montana, south of Lodge Grass, and that's right there at the border. So again, flakes flying in the big sky country of Montana. Are you ready? I don't know if I'm ready, but hey, we got to be ready. Windy as the dickens out there right now, Bruce says, and get the moisture here in Vining. Yeah, we could use some of this moisture that's going on out in Montana. Let's get back to the radar here and show you a little bit of a look at what we have going on with regards to this rain. Now, it's way out there to the west, so our chance isn't this evening, but by tomorrow morning, this whole system is going to be pushing its way into our general direction. So, one quick thing to remind you about that's going on tonight as well. Here in just mere moments, I will be doing another live right here on Facebook. You can also see it on my website, hutchesweather.com. Caden Mosier is the very first Hutch's Weather Kid, proudly presented by my friends at Luther Family Ford. I cannot wait to get your feedback on this. It's a lot of fun sharing my love for weather with area students. So right after this broadcast, we're going to roll the time back. We're going to take a look at this and have a little bit of fun and introduce you to Caden Mosier. I can't wait to do that. So please make a moment and take a moment to check in and join us with that. Now, as we take a look at what we have going on with our forecast, let's go right to one model here. And what we're going to do is set this model into motion. Now, this is an updated model. It updates hourly. And this model here will show us the track of the rain as we head into the next few hours. So here we go. As we set this into motion for this evening, you'll see the Montana showers, this storm system showing up pretty well. There's a little bit more showing up on the radar than this model has. We won't complain. They really need the moisture out west. Now, as we continue this motion, as we go towards midnight here's midnight, those showers will be pushing into the south central part of North Dakota. Our winds may briefly die down. Do you see all these isobars real close to each other? The heaviest winds head out towards Alexandria and the Twin Cities. We may get a break as we'll see a little bit of a transition in our wind direction out to the west to northerly from southerly. So what was a warming wind today will be heading out of the area. Then as we put things into motion, check this out. This is as we go through your Friday, we'll see the conditions for rain in the morning push their way into northwest parts of Minnesota. And we'll have a chance here in the FM area and Grand Forks at seeing showers as on and off throughout the day. Some areas where you see that we do have these little yellow pixels in here, we'll have a chance at some locally heavier rainfall as that system works its way through. So we'll have details on the forecast for rain out here and how much we might be expecting. But for now, let me take a look at some of your comments here. All right, here we go. Really windy. Let's go ahead and review some of the numbers that we have with regards to these winds because it is pretty gusty out there across most of the region. Here you go. Peak wind gusts from my friends at the North Dakota Agricultural Weather Network showing that we do have 40-mile-per-hour gusts that have been clocked in northern Cass, southern parts of Norman County right here as you look in that Ada area. Grand Forks, the winds gusting there to nearly 40 miles per hour. Notice a little reprieve right in the middle part of the state of North Dakota where Bismarck's had a peak gust of only 26 miles per hour. Those winds are really picking back up west of Minot and Ward County right now, over 40 miles per hour there. So we will have bouts with wind. The wind will be changing direction as we go through the day tomorrow with the system that will be working its way through. Now we'll look at temperatures. Here is a look at where things were the warmest as we look out into the Bismarck area, 71 there, but down in Sioux County here, 48's 82 degrees there as the heat was on. We kissed 70 degrees here in the FM area. Maddox, 73 degrees up in the Devil's Lake Basin, so near 70 there as well. So where the winds were a little less robust, we had some warmer temperatures out there, stuck in the upper 60s and low 70s here across portions of the Central Valley. Then as we take a look at what we have going on with regards to the peak temperatures today out in Lakes Country, some upper 60s out there. Okay, so now let's take a look at your forecast digits and what you can expect as we head into the overnight hours and into your Friday morning. So we'll stay on the south wind side, but I do think we'll see some breaks in the winds at times with the strongest wind shifting off towards Minnesota. We're going to have a chance of showers by daybreak, mainly in northwest Minnesota and through the Devil's Lake Basin. South winds here in the valley up to 30 miles per hour. And look at the direction of the wind out in parts of the western Dakotas. That'll be coming from the north and northwest. And look at the cool pool moving in. Low 40s there and even some 30s in the Big Sky country of Plentywood, Montana, Scobie, Montana. That's where things will be a little on the chilly side. Now let's rock and roll into your Friday afternoon. Now, the wind will be shifting direction and for many of us decreasing for a while before increasing again, just like we saw out in western North Dakota. So we'll have 5 to 20 mile per hour winds from the south early, very early in Fargo. And by the afternoon, it's going to do the old switcheroo. Notice this sharp drop in temperatures here from the warm 60s to near 70 degrees to 53 in Bemidji as we go into the 5 o'clock hour. So a snapshot of your temperatures shows falling temperatures here across the valley as we go through the day. Much cooler weather, but still seasonable for this time of the year. It will be windy. There'll be some passing showers across the region as well as we head into your afternoon. A quick look at the planning forecast, but first let's talk about the rainfall potential. Rain with systems like this will set up in bands. Now, this particular model says there could be a band of heavier precipitation that forms not far from Fargo and a secondary band that forms up to the north and to the west. Here's what you need to know. These bands will set up wherever they want to set up. And based on what we're seeing right now, it's a little bit too early to tell because everything's going on way out in Montana. With that said, we'll have a trace in many locations. Not much, but it could be upwards of 4/10 of an inch for many as we go through this area here in the green and blue. So if you get rain, you stand a chance to see a couple tenths of an inch of rain. Underneath some of the heavier showers that do pass through based on some of the different models' renditions of the forecast, then by golly, your chance is going to go up there for some more measurable rainfall in your neck of the woods. And it could be over a half of an inch in a few spots, but not many. Most of us are going to get in this trace to a 1/10 or 2/10 of an inch category. Some of us will push closer to around 4/10 of an inch as we head into our afternoon. So let's take a look now at one more model's forecast of how this transpires as we go through the night tonight and into tomorrow. And then we'll close with a look at your 7-day planner here as we keep things on schedule so we can be on time with what's coming up here shortly. Really windy out and checking the game cams, says Tracy. All right, well, hopefully, I know it's been very, very busy weather-wise across the area. And here is a quick look at that 7-day. But first, why don't we go ahead and ideally show you where these showers are heading out of Montana this evening. So as we head into the late evening hours, they'll be crossing the border here. Notice that we have some areas of locally heavy rain showing up here in the oranges and yellows in southeast Montana. They'll take the moisture and a lighter batch of showers along the Highway 2 corridor, not far outside of the Williston area as we go to Newtown and Stanley. So as we track this into our area as we go into the late night hours, here we go with another round of showers pushing into Bismarck, Steele. This is what we have to watch. Where this forms, wherever it decides to form, will bring a chance of some enhanced shower activity. And look what's going on outside of Belle Fourche and Gillette in the elevated terrain of the Black Hills out there. That is some heavy precipitation, some of which could fall as snow as we go through the portions of the day in the elevated terrain of the Black Hills. That said, let's get through the overnight, shall we? Here come the showers. If you're in the Devil's Lake Basin, if you're in Nelson County in Michigan City, you'll see a chance for some passing showers. Notice the diagonal shape to the showers as they work their way through. And then here we go. Some areas, if it pans out like this, could see some locally heavy rain briefly. It's not going to sit in any one spot and rain all day. These will be passing and periods of showers. And as those showers move over, there could be some brief locally heavy showers as a result of this. This is at 6 in the morning. So if you're getting ready for the bus stop in the Devil's Lake Basin, be prepared. Grand Forks, we'll take the moisture. We could really use it. And in fact, some areas up and around the Northern Valley did get 1 to 2 tenths as we went through the prior weekend. Now that moves out towards Lake of the Woods and Bemidji. And here's another batch that'll be heading in from the south as we go into the afternoon. So the shower chances will persist throughout the day, passing into the evening hours. And after the showers move through, then our wind shifts direction, becomes more northwesterly or northerly, and we'll be on our way to the cool pool. So that's a little bit of a timeline of our weather that will be working its way through the region. Now let's focus on the 7-day planner. For your Friday, we'll have passing showers in the morning, mainly up north, and periods of showers elsewhere. It's not going to rain all day everywhere, and some of us will get missed, unfortunately, by systems like this. 59 degrees, the snapshot temperature in your afternoon here in Fargo. And again, many of us getting a trace to say 0.2 of an inch, some of us as much as 0.4 of an inch, and a lucky few even more than that. But that will be fewer and farther between. 60 degrees on Saturday as we start the day off a little bit cooler, and we're on our warming trend as we head into Sunday. I've got 69 on Sunday with those winds increasing, and this is the temperature, the peak day looks to me to be on Monday. Notice record highs. Wow, 70s. And look at the record lows. That's lower teens, folks. So we're getting into that time of year where it gets a little harder to see things get up that high. But it can be done, right? As we head into the week, we will have another chance of some showers Monday night and into Tuesday as another system works its way mainly along the international border. But I'm saying there's a chance, and I'm also saying there's a chance of a cool down behind it with some 30s in your morning here once again as we head into next week. So for tonight, we do have that fire danger that continues. Please be cautious out there. No burning. Fire could spread very quickly. And in fact, some of the visible satellite imagery that I was hearing about earlier, if I can find that for you, some indications that out in the western part of the Dakotas, there's indeed some activity going on out there. Let's go ahead and take a look and see if we can see it on the visible satellite imagery. Down in southwest North Dakota, as it begins its looping, it's getting buried pretty well by the clouds here. Notice how clear the land is. We're not seeing a lot of the smoke here today, although there is some haze in the atmosphere. Here's the clouds that'll be moving on in. Let me see if we have any questions, but for now, I hope you can join me as we really have a lot of fun and introduce you to the very first Hutch's Weather Kid. That's coming up at 4:30 here in a few moments right here. It'll be live here on Facebook, and also it will be multi-broadcast on my webpage, so you can see it there. So hope to see you there. Thanks so very, very much. And share this with a friend so that they too can have a chance to see the Weather Kid if they have not heard about it. Hutch's Weather Kid coming up here very soon. All right. Have yourself a wonderful afternoon. Here's where you can hook up with Hutch a little later, get notifications of me being on. HutchesWeather.com is where you can upload photos of all things weather and nature. Follow me on Facebook by hitting the follow button, please, and I'd love to have you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Until next time, have fun, and we'll talk again very soon.